Wow, Janie, look at all these people. This is amazing. Everyone's here for networking and book club. So our guest tonight, I'm Nadia. I am the founder of GCP Cafe. And I just want to let you know that there'll be no audio for the audience and no video tonight. But the way this platform works is we will definitely be offering those types of interactive sessions in the future. So for tonight, we're going to ask you to participate in the chat. So I've got my lovely assistant, Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer, for moderating. And I've got my co-host here, Janie. Hi, Janie. And we are very excited to tell you guys all about book club. But while we wait for, I think we've got 20 or 30 people registered, so we'll let a couple more people trickle in. I threw an icebreaker up on the screen. Jennifer, do you want to present the icebreaker to all the folks gathering here in the lobby? She doesn't have audio.
Hi, this is Jennifer. Can you hear me now? I'm Jennifer from North Dakota, and so our question is, do you use a bookmark? When you're reading a book, do you use a bookmark?
Yeah, these days, a lot of people read on the Kindle, right? I'd be curious if anybody's actually reading their books digitally or if we still like a paper book. Hi, Jennifer. Oh my gosh, look at all these people joining. And then if you guys could just pop in the chat, let us know that you can hear us and that this broadcast is coming across nice and clear. This is our first time using this new format. So,
fun fact, if you order your book from the author's website, she actually gives you a bookmark with your purchase.
Come on.
So cute. So
a free bookmark.
Yeah.
Big value, big value. Cindy says she uses a bookmark. So, and then you guys can just confirm for us that you're seeing the feed here. You see all three speakers and the slides. Love it. Cindy says she's doing her books digitally. So Pacifica, I've got a couple folks from California, a dog ear. Who is dialing in from furthest away? Do we have anybody outside of the US tonight? Or I think with the time zone, ooh, look at this, East Coast. Hi, Ramaya, this is awesome. All right, I'm feeling very good that the audio feed is working. That's why we wanted to just give a couple minutes here. We're right at 5 after, so I think we should probably, Janie?
Yeah, let's roll.
All right, so this is gonna be a little tricky because now I have to get over to the slides and see if I can pull. I might even do it right on the first try. So again, I'm Nadia, and I'm here to talk to you about networking for clinical researchers, but I've got a little help from my friends. So of GCP Cafe, and I've got some volunteer baristas here from the cafe. Hi, Chris and Lorraine. It's nice to see you guys connecting in the chat. So tonight we're here just a couple slides because we want to talk to you about an upcoming series of networking events that will be a book club, and maybe Jennifer or Janie, I can hand it over to you actually, and you can talk a little bit about what we'll be covering in the next month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah, we're pretty excited. You guys have been seeing the slides. Helpful. I'm a visual and I like the paperback, so I'm going to show off my paperback. But
find mine.
We realize that COVID has kind of changed everybody's life, right? So whether you're working from home and teaching your kids at school, or if you're working from home where you used to work in an office, just life has changed, right? We're not making it to the hairdresser, things like that. So we wanted to give you guys a chance to still do some networking and connecting without having to leave home, but still help you have a chance to grow professionally and, kind of get out of your shell inside our cloisters. So we're really excited about this book, and we'd like to do more in the future because we just think it's a good avenue for you. So definitely going to get into why networking is important, and definitely going to talk about your LinkedIn profile. When you get into the book, you'll understand why that's, because there's like several chapters devoted to it. And then we just, again, wanted to give you ways to grow and network in ways that aren't your traditional way to do that, which she'll talk about in the book as well. So
Awesome.
Pretty excited about what this is going to offer.
So I think when you walk out of this book club, you'll have had some fun. Hopefully you'll have had some coffee, and hopefully you'll have some skills that actually up-level your satisfaction at work, but also how you participate in meetings and events. Because networking is not always easy when you're scientifically minded or introverted. And I think that's kind of where I want to go with the next slide here. Would you like to have more networking connections, but is there some reason that you're either uncomfortable or unsure on how to start? So I think in the chat, Jennifer, I'm seeing some folks are having a little trouble getting the video feed going. So if you can help and assist with them, you can actually message them. And if folks in the chat could just participate, I think for tonight, because we're only going to have a couple videos on the screen, I'd like you to maybe just interact with us and let us know that you're getting this. So anybody here can identify sometimes you just feel a little uncomfortable and unsure how to start with networking. Anyway, all right. This is good. Everyone's helping each other in the chat. I love this. So one of the ways to get used to networking with people in the industry in a really safe way, if you're using LinkedIn or Facebook, we actually have a GCP Cafe Facebook group. So I just wanted to make sure that people knew about that. We're putting on this series of events every other week, and they're totally free, and people actually vote for the topics. So we have some career-related content that's coming in a few weeks. I actually talked to someone today about doing the bridge from from bio to device. So if you're working in pharmaceuticals or clinical development, how do you then move into a device trial? So if anybody would like to pop on and talk about that, we'll do like a roundtable, coffee chat about that. So thank you, Anna. Anna and I have been networking for a while. I'm hoping that at some point, she'll be like a networking queen. I can show her on the stage, and make sure that she always knows how to start. All right, so Janie, this is our author, actually. This is Heather. Do you want to talk about, I know we know a little bit about why she wrote this book.
Yeah, so what I like about her style is she's actually got a degree in mathematics and then an MBA. But in her book, she talks about how she studied philosophy. She kind of just went with a lot of different things that she was interested in. And I identified because I'm a little ADHD that way as well, where it's like, I'm interested in this, I want to learn, but I'm not going to follow through. So that's a different book for later in book club called Start Finishing. We'll get into that. But it's kind of nice because she'll kind of get technical, but she doesn't get too technical. So you're going to get some really good practical applications with things. We had kind of talked about how she talks about LinkedIn for a couple chapters, just some practical tools there, just some practical tools. We actually have some worksheets. She offers a workbook, and we'll go through some of the exercises together, as well as Nadia's got some awesome tools in her book, that toolkit that she's going to take us through as well. And then just general discussion. I mean, you guys have been in the industry for a while. You have some expertise that you can share through this outlet. So we want to give you guys a chance to share your knowledge as well. And we're just kind of using the book as the platform for starting those conversations.
Janie, I heard you say something. You said, I'm a little ADHD. Let's talk about personal brand during this book club. I think you are a Renaissance woman and a multi-potentialite and capable of so many amazing things. So I would just like to use a language that is really positive and really showcases the amazing value that you bring to Cafe. So, all right, so let's see what else we've got in here about book club tonight. So again, I was hoping to get people kind of talking in the chat. So if this feels right to you, no wrong answers. 10's the highest. So I'd say, like, if you're 10, you're like, oh my gosh, like, I'm caffeinated. But how happy are you? And you can be very existential with this, or you can think just in this few couple minutes. You can actually rate our performance. You can say, like, this is a 2 out of 10. But I would love to see people kind of pop a number in the chat and let me know just how happy do you think you are. So yeah, I'm seeing at least a COVID-6. Oh my gosh. It's terrible.
Very important disclaimer.
I like there. It's like an asterisk. This is
7.5. Okay.
These are good. These are
we
good
got some mediocre people in this crowd. I'm excited.
Positivity. Oh, great. Looks like Lorraine got our audio and video. This is awesome. I'm kind of seeing a trend. You guys feel free to separate from the pack. It's okay to say that things are really hard right now. But I guess that's it. Like when you think about happiness, is it like concrete? Is it in the moment, or is it happiness over time? And so some of the things that we have learned in this book, Janie and I have spent a lot of time kind of preparing and looking through this book. There are things that you can do to impact your happiness, both in life and in work. And I've created an entire community of clinical researchers. We're 7,000 people connected all over the world because I believe that when we network with our peers, it contributes to being less cynical and more satisfied at work. I think it's an intervention for burnout. And so I really think it's important not just to be happy, but to have happiness hygiene, right? To actually work at your happiness actively. And that's why I'm so glad that after work, you came to a networking event because you obviously want to invest in yourself. And I hope that you're going to get some value out of this. We're going to teach you a couple quick things, but then we're going to open up speed networking. So surprise, that's coming soon. So lots of happiness. Thank you. Janie kind of talked about this. Janie, did you want to add anything about what's going to look like for the next 2 to 3 weeks?
So I saw a lot of 7s and a couple 8s, couple 6s. Not that this is going to say what level you can participate at, but life right now is really different. And so you may be juggling a lot of different things that you weren't juggling before. So if all that you can do is show up and participate in the chat, that's okay. Chills. If you want to write on the book, that's okay too. We're going to have a whole platform for the level that you want to participate at. But we're not going to grade your homework. You don't have to have your chapters read to participate. Like, we wanted this to be a space that offered grace for what's happening in your life. But if you want to dig deeper, you can. So all participation levels are welcome. And don't tell the author this, but you don't even have to. We highly encourage you to buy it. She's actually giving us a discount if you use the coupon code that Nadia is going to provide later. And again, it's on digital, it's on paperback, but if you're just like, OMG, I don't have, if you're the COVID-6, you don't have to worry. We aren't we're not going to grade your homework. We're not going to be keeping attendance. We wanted to create an outlet for you.
No judgment book club.
No.
Thank you. Okay, so that's very exciting. That's me. Cindy is cracking me up over there. So I was saying, this happiness hygiene, and I literally just came up with that. But some of the skills that we can learn in this book are how we can not only be positive, but share that with other people. And Janie and I have been talking a little bit about percolating. We've been working on this podcast, oh my gosh, like at least a year. And so sometimes we'll say, oh, let's percolate on that. And so it's a fun idea that you can put an idea out there, but then walk around and sit with it. And when I think about percolating, I think about like socializing my ideas. I actually created a free downloadable one-page worksheet. If that's something you're interested in, just message me. I'll send you an email after this so you can follow up with me. But it's a PDF that actually helps you socialize issues and risks with your team. Like if you're managing a study and there's different functional areas, you can walk around the office or do it virtually on Zoom and actually get multiple points of view throughout the week and percolate on problems and really come up with solutions in a team. Person marching alone without the input. But this little heart here is actually a really important part of this slide. And I don't know, Janie, should I talk about the journaling club that I don't know, I didn't put it in the deck or anything.
You definitely have some great worksheets for that, great starter tools. And sometimes when you are looking for like gratitude journals and different things online, it can be very overwhelming. I really like Nadia's worksheet that just kind of gives you generic steps to get started. And then, like I said, you can write the dissertation from there, or you can follow the, it's kind of the choose your participation level, but sometimes we just need that initiator in our lives. So definitely want to help you with that if that's something you just need to get started.
Yeah, I put you on the spot there, but like I literally have my journal next to me. This is Michelle Obama's journal. It's about like becoming, and it's awesome. It's like $10. She's got hers too. I have like, I said this last time, but if you need to hear this right now, just anybody in the chat, like if I'm speaking to you, you don't need another journal right now or another pen, but but I will enable you. I will give you permission if you want to buy more office supplies. But anyway, so I will be doing a poll in the Facebook. Take a look for that in the coming weeks. We're looking for content for our June and July networking events. The sun's setting, so I'm just going to keep moving with the sun. That's sharing positivity, number one on the slide. But yeah, the journaling club it's going to be great. You'll get a series of prompts and then you can use those if it feels good to you. I actually use journaling a lot before I speak. I'm a professional speaker and I will usually write about what success looks like so that it's kind of like doing a power pose in the bathroom. You literally just visualize success at that event. And I find it so helpful. So that's one of the prompts that I've created for myself that I use every time I speak professionally. And I would love to share that with you. So if you think that the gratitude journaling is something that you'd like to try, it's not just about, writing what happened in your life. It's about thinking about the future. These tiny little habits actually create more satisfaction in your life and your work. And you can create habits around networking. So in its purest form, you can have a journal that's like a ledger that just keeps track of your networking connections. So you say, God, it's been so long since I talked to Karina. Karina, thank you for joining. And then I'll say, when was it? And then I can actually go through. So I actually keep that in a digital journal. I actually have a tracking system. I'm happy to share all these templates. So this is not on the menu tonight, but I think what really happens when you start cultivating gratitude and like keeping track of your relationships is that you become more satisfied. And that's why I use tools to help me be really purposeful. And we will be giving you those templates in book club, not for the journaling necessarily, but for keeping track of your networking connections, both inside and outside of your office. But there are some gratitude things that we can help with as well. And at the end of the day, it helps to be helpful. Janie, I've got a couple of things here on the slide. Do you want to talk about any of these things that have been good for you, that have improved your satisfaction in life and work?
Yeah, I was just going to say thanks to our audience because they were being really helpful to one another with all the stuff in the chat. So kudos to all of you. One of the things with volunteering and helping others, when I got involved with GCP Cafe, like I was just answering a lot of the posts. Like I would see something and I would comment. And then Nadia was like, hey, you're really engaged with this. Do you want to do more? And I was like, sure. So it's 2 years later and I've had a blast. Nadia kind of talked about how you can aim for burnout sometimes in this industry. And I know I'm not alone with that. And this was a really safe outlet for me to blow off some steam. I had fun through the memes group that we have, and we all need those humors to get us through. But then I also got to be part of the change, which is exciting too. So you're not just stuck in the rut of what your company does. You can be in this safe space, exchanging ideas, helping change research. So
no,
I think
sometimes we get to pick what changes in our lives, but sometimes things change and we can only pick our reaction. So I'm really excited that you came along on this journey and that you were like, let's just do the virtual coffee. Let's just go live. It will be imperfect. This is our third one. And so it's just going to get better and better every other week. But I think we're just going to keep testing and iterating. And I promise we'll keep showing up for you as long as there's so many more people that just joined. This is amazing. So thank you for sharing your experience about volunteering, and thank you for volunteering and being of service in this community. So everyone tonight is going to have fun, and actually we call it the unfiltered conversation. Just remember that when you're speaking to people one-to-one, that you still are governed by your disclosures and confidentiality agreements. So just make sure that you don't, talk about things that are private or confidential, but these should be really safe, unrecorded conversations. This one will actually be available in the recordings later for you guys to review. And when we do the book club, we will record those as well, but we just want to make sure that we are, being cognizant of the things that we're saying in a kind of a public forum. But you will get to practice, and I hope it'll be fun. It's a very low commitment. If you don't like who you're speaking to, wait about 30 seconds and you'll be speaking to someone new. So Janie, you tried it, right? Or you're going to try it tonight for the first time?
Yep. I'm going to try it tonight. You were talking about low commitment. Just wanted to kind of let people know about book club. This is a 4-time book club. So we're doing the introduction tonight. We're going to touch on some stuff one week. We're going to do some exercises one week. And then the final week, it's really exciting. We're actually going to have the author on with us. She's going to be willing to take our questions. And so I am super stoked about that. And that's not an opportunity that I've had a lot. So I am super, super excited. And I hope you guys are too.
Oh, that's so good. I actually think I have a slide on that. Let's see what else I've got on the deck here. Boom. Way to set me up. So I actually thought it was kind of fun when I put it together. I said, resourceful people, a resource for resourceful people. And so I think that was really trying to say to you, you get out what you put in. Right. So like you get to choose how we facilitate this book club. And when I read a book, this shocked Janie. I was like, oh, do you ever just start in the middle and then work out? And she's like, who would read a book from the middle out? And I was like, I do. And so that's kind of what we're going to do for this club too. I don't think you can read the first 3 chapters yourself. They're actually free on the author's website. So take a look, see if you like it. But we're literally going to pick a couple of chapters that are really personal to Janie and I, and we're just going to present from the middle out. And we're not going to cover the whole book. I do want you to support the author. Right? We want people to actually go to the author's website to purchase it. It's better for her if you use her referral code. But anyway, you want to feel able to support. So what were you going to add, Janie?
I was just going to say, for those who are freaking out that we're starting in the middle, it's okay. you can read it in order, but we're just going to discuss it a little bit out of order. So, but it's going to be okay. It's going to be good. It's going to be.
And I'm not going to ask you if you read it.
And with the author's website too, if this is something that you get excited about and you are like totally identifying with this author, she does coaching as well. So if it's something that when we get done with book club and you're just hungry for more, I'm sure Heather would be more than willing to get connected with you and get you rolling with that. So that's, again, the fact that she's going to be here live and we kind of get a taste of what she's going to be like. I just think that's really awesome. That, again, that's just not something that you see in a lot of other book clubs. So we're really excited we can offer that.
Yeah, I'm really glad you brought that up. She sent me a proposal for coaching. It was very reasonable, and I was really excited to work with her. So I think I might pull the trigger on that, just because I've had such a great time talking to her on the phone, and she's provided so much support in this book club. You know, Jennifer, I'm just noticing there's a lot happening here in the chat. Would you just mention if we've seen any I've got a new angle. Have we seen any questions that have gone unanswered, or is anything coming to mind for you at this point in the presentation? And she's muted. I know, she's consistent.
Of course I am. Of course. I was wondering, so you said I don't have to read the book to participate in chat next time or the book club. And
right.
You're going to help me network, though. You're going to help set me up so that I can network well.
Yeah, you're going to get the worksheets, you're going to get the tools, and you're going to get the unfiltered conversation. And you don't even have to have on your video or your audio, because you can always participate, you know, however feels right to you. But it'll be better, I think, for everyone if you do turn on your audio and video, and we can promote people to the stage 10 at a time. What were you going to add, Janie?
I was just going to say, networking is for introverts and extroverts. So like Nadia was saying, you can turn your camera off and you can just talk to us through the chat. If you're like, no, please don't look at me. And something that we didn't talk about earlier is, you know, through COVID, a lot of us haven't probably even been like taking a shower or doing our hair. So if you want to leave the camera off and participate, it's okay. And if you want to show us your no shower hair, that's okay. Like, again, this is a very relaxed book club, and we want everybody to feel welcome, like every personality style. And we're going to get into some of that, of knowing yourself, knowing whether you're introverted or extroverted, or what your Myers-Briggs might be, things like that. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Cindy's looking for some spoilers. I love how Chris is calling me out for calling out Jennifer for being on mute. So I said it was a safe place, and then I immediately criticized her.
I'm good. I do prefer, I'm one of those that does prefer, I mean, I work from home so much, I do prefer the without video, but it's okay.
Well,
Cindy does have a great question in the chat.
And I think
what are 3...
Yeah, I think we're going to get to this one, but let me go through the format first, just so we can kind of move on and wrap this up. Because I think I'm in the way of you guys networking and meeting each other. So I'm trying to, so Cindy, I'm going to table your question. I actually saw it, and people can read ahead if they want a spoiler alert. So first session, May 19th. So you've got a week 10 days, right, to get the book, get ready. And you can buy it on Kindle. It's like $10. You cannot buy it. Type of personality, type A personality. And then we're actually a little open to the June 9th session. We may actually do it at a different time or date, just depending on participation. And that one I think is going to be the LinkedIn focus. So really like helping people get their profiles. We might even do a hot seat. I was hoping we could like volunteer somebody and then go through and just actually literally edit their profile together. So that's something I was thinking about if there's any interest. And then we talked about Heather. She's really open. She said, I'll come mid-June, I'll come the end of June. So again, just based on interest and how things go, we can get that scheduled. Janie, do we want to maybe talk about Cindy's great question here? She's saying, based on what you're reading and all those flags and notes, maybe you could just share like one takeaway that you have so far from the book.
I actually got my journal out because that's where I keep my notes. She compares networking styles to how people are at a dance, like at a wedding. And she said, are you the person who's a good dancer? Are you the average dancer? Like you just kind of bopping around? Are you the person who is a bad dancer but doesn't care? Like they're just out having a good time? Or are you the wallflower? So I thought that was a really funny description on how to describe the way people network, because I'd be interested to see what people think of themselves, like what they think they are. So, and again, she gets into a lot of stuff about introvert versus extrovert. So a lot of good spots for us to laugh and have fun with that.
Yeah, I think because maybe she's left brained, like you were saying, she's had all these different careers and all this advanced education. It's very, science based, right? And and I think that's not a specific part of the book, Cindy, but one of the takeaways for me is like this woman knows her stuff, and like this isn't just her opinion, right? This is based on science, right? So to me, I felt like she was really credible and interesting. But also there's that like cheekiness. It's a little bit under the surface. I mean, somebody who's going to write a book about networking is somebody who probably has a good sense of humor. And I think talking about how you relate to dancing at a wedding really showcases. I think she's a funny person, and so I'm really excited to meet her, just based on reading her and feeling like I really get to know the author as well. And then I think Chris knows her as well. Chris, if you want to pop in the chat and confirm, but she just seems like a very intellectual, warm, approachable person, but she's also made it like actionable. You can literally just pop into the book, take some action, and really change your life and your relationship around networking. So I think we're like 30 minutes in. It's probably time to wrap this up. Janie, let's move through the rest of these slides here so people know what to do next. Okay, so we are looking for participation in this book club. So for the price of a cup of coffee, we are going to ask you to actually commit to being with your friends in clinical research. You will receive a special registration link. It is a whopping $6 to participate in the book club. We're doing a buy one, get one free. So basically you pay for one session, you'll get the second session free. And the price of attendance for the author session is just to show up to one of those two sessions. So we're just putting a little bit of skin in the game. We want to make sure that we create value for people. So how is that sitting with you, Jenny? What do you think? $6 to a month and a half of education.
There's a joke that instead of Starbucks, you call it $6. So we're offering you a cup of coffee virtually.
But they're still going to get the free chapters, even if they don't sign up. So those are available now. I put the link here in teal. Head over, get your free chapters. If you want to buy the book, you want to buy the worksheet to the Her About Coaching, use that discount code, the GCP Cafe. I think it's like 5-10%. It's just something to let the author know who sent you there, and you'll be helping the cafe. I promise we're making no money on this, but we do want to help and support the author because we're really excited about this. When you purchase a ticket for the book club, you will have access to all of the session recordings. That's going to be one of your bonuses and benefits, kind of like Cliff's Notes. And we'll also have the worksheets and study guides to help you as well. And then I think, Janie, the big benefit for you was?
Meeting the author. And we're going to take your questions on like every platform of possible. So if you are watching and you heard about this from LinkedIn, you can message me questions there. You can message GCP Cafe questions on the Facebook page, on Instagram. email us. We want to know what you want us to ask Heather. And she's very approachable, has a really nice style with her writing. I think you guys are really going to enjoy just kind of, she's down to earth, but she's also professional. So I think that the more things that we can bend her ear to ask her, the better. And to me, that's just really amazing that she's making herself available for us. So.
Yeah, that's a great point, actually. Even if someone doesn't commit to purchasing the next series of book clubs, these conversations are going to be in public, happening on LinkedIn and Facebook, so you can still participate, between the sessions. You just won't have that live interaction. You won't have the access to the recordings, and of course, you won't have that invitation to meet the author. But we will open that up, independently, regardless of whether or not you go to the sessions. So, big thanks. I think we're right on time. This is about as long as I wanted to spend on it. Find me at GCP Cafe. These events are happening on this platform every other week. Now that you're registered, you'll start getting notifications. I have your email. I can follow up with the things that I offered. It's time to head over to speed networking. So don't leave yet. But on the sidebar, there is a little button called networking, and it's going to happen fast. So you will basically be matched one-to-one. Jennifer, did you do this? I don't remember if you did networking. Yeah.
Last time.
It's fun, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's a little scary at first, but it got much better as I did like the second and third. I got much more comfortable doing
stitches. So one of the icebreakers I came up with, if you get in the speed networking session, you're like, hi, who are you? Where do you live? That's like a terrible way to start it. So I just say, show your mug. And so you just say, show your mug, and then everybody, and this is what's happening in the photo, actually. So I don't know if you want to screenshot this, but it's a really fun icebreaker. It's like, what's that? What does that say? And so, obviously I could, then talk to Selena last week about her mug. And so it just made it a little bit more comfortable. The other thing I want to announce, and this is kind of a surprise, but because you're here tonight, oh my gosh, more people are popping in, even as we're winding down. This is amazing. When you are a clinical researcher, it's really important to have a sense of pride in your work. And so once a year, ACRP offers the Clinical Trials Day, and it's just a chance to, showcase the fact that you're a clinical researcher. But how do we recognize each other on social media? How do you know? So the campaign that I've come up with is Show Your Mug. So I would invite you in the next, 10, 20 days, go onto social media or send me a message with you and a picture of your mug, or just your mug, if that feels right to you. And I'm going to be basically just displaying all of those pictures on May 20th, just like rapidly sending them out every hour, because I just want to fill up social media with all of our mugs. And so it's kind of, stepping out of your comfort zone. I'm doing this work. I'm really proud that I do this work. And not only am I going to show, my mug, I might show my smiling face as well. And so that's why when you come to these events, we're going to want to have, yes, the mug can contain wine. There are no rules, just like book club. Thank you, Chris, for the clarifying question. But yeah, so that's the price of admission. Just really have an open mind and show up and be willing to try something new. Janie, anything to add?
I just have fun, honestly. Like, people can get really serious, and we want you to get good value out of this. I don't want to take away from that, but we also want this just to be a nice, fun outlet. We're going to learn some stuff. We're going to laugh. So don't be afraid to have a good time.
So don't even worry about racing to write this URL down, because I'm going to email all of you with this. But we'll have the tickets up there available for purchase. And this recording is obviously going to be free and available in the archive. Watch this, and all the conversations are happening in Facebook and LinkedIn. So I think there's a lot of free content coming around the Helpful Book Club in the next month and a half. And then for those of you that want to make that extra commitment, it's not for everyone, and that's totally fine, but you're all invited. And if you know somebody, if you can visualize somebody who might benefit from being a part of this, I love how I've already gotten volunteers to clean up my LinkedIn, please. That's definitely something that we can do and help each other. If you can think of 1 to 2 people to share this with tonight, I think Janie and I were hoping to have 5 or 10 people attend. We have a lot more people attending than that, which is exciting. And so if you can think of someone in your network to share this with, that would be really helping us. This is a new series, and even if you're not going to take the next step and join the book club, maybe just share it with 1 or 2 friends who you think might find it helpful. Great. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you to my lovely moderator, Jennifer. Thank you, Janie, for being an awesome co-host and for stepping up to lead this book club. We will be doing lots more book clubs in the future. So if you have ideas, there's a post in the Facebook group or just send me a message. I think we have 2 or 3 selections already. We should be all set for 2020. Lots of reading. Thank you, Cindy. Well, everybody, I invite you to take the next step and click on the networking button and maybe spend 3 or 4 minutes networking, make a new friend, and I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. Oh my gosh, Lauren's here too. This is amazing. So I will send you guys a follow-up email with all the links and things we talked about, and just hit me back and let me know if you heard something that you were expecting to get, like the journaling exercises or the worksheets. Whatever you're looking for, I'll make sure that I make it available. I really appreciate you spending the time tonight. And then just heads up, we'll be doing the career sessions starting later in May. I have another professional coach who's agreed to come on. I got a yes, so she's going to come and talk to us about confidence at work. And I guess my dog Bobby is going to join in as well. So this is Bob Weir, and she just jumped up in my lap. All right, well, thank you, everybody. And I am going to head to networking now. So see you later.
Bye, everybody.
See you next time.
Working.
Oh, thanks, Derek. Thanks for coming. Awesome to see so many familiar faces. Head over to networking. Hit the networking button, guys. I am waiting for a match. Just any moment now. I'm going to get matched with one of you. And I'm excited. Head on over. Yes, Cindy. We are deadheads. All right. Oh. Boom. All right. I'm off to network. This is exciting. There's still 20 people here. I'm pumped. Thanks, everybody. Good night.